is up, good people? Juggling here, hope you're doing well. For all the videos that I do that may sound very negative, I think it's a great time of growth for the XRP ledger. There's a lot of areas where, in terms of functionality, currently comes up short. Things like AMMs, stablecoins, various side chains like the EVM side chain that's getting ready to launch, Zahao. We're going to see a lot more. They're going to build this blockchain out in modular fashion to try to retain, the XRP ledger's core capabilities and functionality and performance. It's a novel approach. The XRP ledger in general functions in a novel manner. Consensus instead of using proof of stake, which I believe at scale will help it avoid some centralization issues. Now, not to say that proof of stake can't be good. You just have to watch out what you're doing with the architecture to make sure you're not giving too much, power or control to those that hold a lot of the stake, of course. But, one of the issues I touched on in a video earlier was governance issues. And there really is a lack of any sort of governance on the XRP ledger. Just isn't there. We have the foundation, which is quite good with the limited power they have. But we're talking about these issues, and we see a lot of, network participants that are being vocal, and Ripple's coming up with plans. And so, this is good. We want to work on the shortcomings here, and I think by the time, this bull run really gets up in full steam, you're going to see massive improvements, which is the perfect time, exactly when you want to see this type of thing. If you think back to the last bull run, what's a chain that really hit its stride? That had a lot of shortcomings. No smart contracts, no really functioning ecosystem. Wasn't ready to go and just started to crush it. When the bull run took off, well, it was Cardano. And Cardano came out the other side of that, wildly more valuable. And a lot of things go up in value during a bull run. But when you look at that ecosystem, after all of those features were rolled out and the ecosystem started to blossom, it's a much better blockchain. And it's ready to continue building and being a real Ethereum competitor. I think you're going to see something similar with XRP. We had this massive legal problem just dragging on us. Can't even trade the asset in the United States. Huge disadvantage. That's behind us. Now the legal squabble still continues, but the law of the land is XRP itself is not a security. It's going to trade on the secondary market. Lots of functionality rolling out, bridges, AMMs, side chains, and then further now we're having this discussion about, governance. And again, as an investor, I made this clear. There's not a lot we can do about it, right? We just assess the landscape and the way things are going, and we decide, is this still a great investment, or should we move that portion of our portfolio to something else? I'm not going to get in there and be able to change the governance of the XRP ledger. I can't, build out this functionality. But from where I stand today, looking at this, there's some real potential to have some, ground-shaking advancements here that brings the XRP ledger into the modern era. Now, it's not going to be easy. It's not just going to be coasting through all of these issues that are in front of us. But it's good that we're actually going through the process of recognizing some of the shortcomings and fixing them. And governance is a big one. A lot of people out there think that, Ripple's some kind of god. And there's this master plan. And it will just all come together at the right time. Ripple's just a company, one of the biggest in blockchain. They make mistakes. People running infrastructure, well, they have their own interests here, of course, that they are going to lobby for, as well as the investors, right? We all have, different things that we want out of this, different functionality that we think is important, different governance, issues that we might fight for. That's kind of how a decentralized ecosystem should work. So to be clear, I'm still very bullish on this upcoming bull run for XRP. And if that changes, if I no longer think XRP has potential, or I think it's a bad cryptocurrency, or I think Ripple's gone off the rails, or the ecosystem can't be recovered, I will come out and tell you that. I will be direct. I will not beat around the bush. Now, who really cares what I think? I'm just a guy here with a microphone that thinks crypto's pretty cool and XRP is going to do big things. I'm no financial advisor. I'm no tech wizard. Not like anyone's relying on my opinion. But just know that I won't beat around the bush here. I will just come out and say, you know what? This ain't for me no more. At the same time, I could be super bullish I can think XRP is going to do great, but I can look at some of these issues with the governance of the XRP ledger and say, hey, this isn't great. This needs to be improved. We need new feature sets. We need to try to bring some people in here to build applications that, this Illuminati master plan for Ripple to work with banks and push all the money through the ledger. That ain't going to cut it. We need a lot of people doing big things on the XRP ledger, and it takes certain functionality and certain incentives to make that happen. And it's okay to point at something and say, that's not perfect, that can be improved, but still think, this is darn valuable, one of the greatest blockchains in the world, and probably one of the most undervalued, even though it is still a large cap crypto with quite a bit of value locked up in this ecosystem. Just because it's 50 cents a coin, it ain't cheap. You're paying a big premium, recognize that, but still I'd say it's undervalued compared to its contemporaries, and I think we'll do some catching up here in the next bull run. Let me know what you think down below, and as always, please like, please subscribe. The revolution will be televised right here on Jungle Link.